your only sort of goal is to control it, yes, because a team like Little Trek, if this was a sprint finish, they'd put all their guys at the front for 200K and control it. Like they can let a breakaway of 10 guys go, keep them at a minute.
You have no option but to try and try.
I think you have.
That's what they're here for.
Only option. Yeah.
But even if they controlled it today, Milan's off the back, so that's also where it gets complicated.
But this is flatter. He's got a rest day. You think he'd be able to recover? I mean, the guy can go uphill. He's done well in Milan San Remo, so he just needs to recover. And he can certainly get over any of these little bumps before the Ventoux.
What a great competition, though! Eh? You got the best GC rider in the world, one of the best sprinters in the world, and the best classics rider in the world, all fighting for the jersey.
Yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the. Wow, this sounds funny. The Move podcast.
Morning.
Joined by Sir Bradley Wiggins, Mr. No Hat. George Hincapie, we had dinner.
I got the
everybody
hat on.
wants the hat, and of course, joined by the professor, Spencer Martin. Talking about stage 15. Alain, what do we do?
Stage 15 from Muret to Carcassonne. From Muret to Carcassonne.
I like it a lot. As is the case each and every day. Today's show brought to you by Ketone IQ. Wow. Couple things stand out for me. Tim Wellens is a hell of a bike racer. We all know that. He's one of these guys. We love those guys that when they put the numbers on the back, he's finding a way to race. Obviously, Belgian champion. You saw him when you were discussing, we were sort of debating when's the last time a Belgian national champion won a stage in the Tour de France. There's some. Was it Wout van Aert? Did we figure out? It was Wout.
Yeah.
Before that, back to our old friend Ludo Derksen's. But he's now won stages in all 3 Grand Tours. This is a guy who wins bike races.
Yeah, you forget how many. I mean, I said to you, Spencer, that you forget how much he wins because of the gaps in between his wins. But what Tour de France he's had. I mean, he's been on it since the start of this race, and that's some payback for him. You saw how happy Tadej was for him in a few of the little clips we had of the radio.
Some of the clips. I mean, it was.
Yeah, he's been a key guy for Tadej in the wind, in the sketchy sections. So for him to make the breakaway today, and we were talking about it earlier, like not having to do much work because he's in his teammates in the yellow jersey, so you can kind of get a free ride, and took advantage of it, rode away from the guys. Super impressive.
That's where it gets fun to talk about, because we saw Quinn Simmons' comments. By the way, hell of a ride by Quinn, but we'll talk about all that later in the show. I was going to say one other thing. It's getting, this is 2 weeks for us, man. These guys are tired. They look tired. We're tired.
We're running on fumes right now.
We're running on fumes. Today's show brought to you by Roka. They have completely reinvented eyewear. This is a whole new category. Glasses optimized for performance. No other eyewear brand can keep up with what these guys are doing. By the way, too, their prescription glasses have this exact same technology as their performance sunglasses. They are unbelievably lightweight. They have the best optics on the market. They never slip, no matter how sweaty you get. And super cool, working with our special forces here in the U.S. Hand-built to order in my hometown of Austin, Texas. And for once, you don't have to compromise on performance or style. And the way they build them, you can pick anything you like and know that they work for whatever you're getting into. Marathons, workouts, trail running, high rocks, whatever. Move listeners get 20% off. Just go to Roka, R-O-K-A, Roka.com. Enter the code THEMOVE at checkout. Speaking of sweating, our go-to hydration source, Element. Folks, you hear us talk about it all the time. Bunch of buzz here in the studio about Elements. What is it, George? You're all into the new lemon flavor?
Yeah, the new lemon. I love it.
You were all about that. We'll see.
Very good.
Clean.
Yeah.
Clean. My wife's a big fan of Elements as well. She's got the Snowmass 50 next weekend.
Whoa.
Yeah, so she's going to be loading up, she said. 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium, no sugar, no gluten, no artificial ingredients. And here's the best thing. If you don't like it, just give it to a friend and they'll fully refund you. Get a free 8-count sample pack of Elements' most popular drink mix flavors with any purchase at drinklmnt.com/themove. That's drinklmnt.com/themove. Also here on the desk, we got the sparkling option. A bold 16-ounce can of sparkling electrolyte water. Stay salty, my friends. George, Brad, speaking of on the desk, there's no more Dreamshot on the desk.
There's one.
There's one left.
Oh, there is one.
Well, I thought we had a lot more.
I thought we had to wait till August 4th. Okay, all right. Where'd it go? There's one.
I thought we had a bunch, but we only have one.
Well, anyways, we have one. They're all gone. According to our friends over at the feed, they have sold 50,000 bottles of the Dreamshot since we started talking about this just a few days ago. Not surprising, since over 50% of Americans struggle with sleep. So if you wake up at night, you should actually try the Dreamshot. You can pre-order right now at thefeed.com for the next delivery on August the 4th.
Yeah, Matt from the feed also dropped off this new product, Nitric Oxide Pro. It's really helping me train in the gym at altitude.
Yeah, Lance, you should try it. Maybe you won't whine as much on the bike rides.
Dog. What are you talking about?
It's Nitric Oxide
George
Pro.
is tired too.
I am.
You
But
need some more nitric oxide.
let's break it down. It's not Nitric Oxide Pro. It boosts your blood flow. Originally developed for people with high blood pressure, but I use it daily. I can definitely feel it when I'm riding, but I really notice it when I'm playing tennis. I had my best tennis match of my Aspen time yesterday, and I'm pretty sure it's from the nitric oxide right here, baby.
Yeah, and you can get these test strips too, so you can actually see if it's working. You just put them on your tongue for a couple of seconds, and the darker purple it is, the more nitric oxide you have in your body.
These guys at the feed, they got all the new cool stuff. But speaking of that, they didn't send me that, so I'd like to try that. I'm just wondering why we didn't think of this idea.
Yeah, the new Nitric Oxide Pro just launched. It's just 2 pills a day in the last 24 hours.
Not that I have an issue with this, but for you older guys, it also increases blood flow. Everywhere.
So now might be a good time. I don't know if anybody that's followed us ever or the last few months, but the three of us were together. It was a Tour Flanders in Austin. We were all there together. Tour Flanders at Mellow Giants, did a live show, did a ride after, and there was some Liz, who's also here, took some photos. A certain somebody, that photo's now been taken down from the internet, but a certain somebody was not lacking in blood flows. It was a very popular picture.
Lance sex sells. That's what I'm saying.
You know, I don't really know.
That got the algorithms going.
Nor do I care about the comments about my hair, whatever, or I don't count the comments. But I do know that while that one was up, Mr. Bloodflow, I got a lot of comments. You know what I'm saying?
It was in the cold too.
Bradley called me and he goes, "We have to take it down."
It's not a good look for weed.
Oh, I thought
that's not what you said.
We're not selling bananas here.
Do we not have the photo? Liz, can we perhaps show the photo soon? Bradley's like, "No, mate, the tabloids, mate." I was like, "Tabloids? Fine. Who cares?
They'll go at anything.
Good. Well, you know what? If they're going to go at anything, let them go at that. Okay? I don't know. Right. Should we talk about the bike race?
Yeah, back to the move.
Back to the move. Today was a quintessential transition stage.
Yeah.
Super
but a
fast,
highly entertaining one.
highly entertaining. I mean, crashes from the beginning. Jonas Vingegaard crashed. Alaphilippe crashed. Crosswinds. There was, at one moment, I thought there was like 4, 5, 6 different groups on the road. The breakaway never got more than a minute for a while.
Yeah,
it was
Crazy.
action-packed. Like really highly contested. Actually, Vanderpool took the green jersey points, so he's creeping up in the classification there as well. So a lot of action there.
When Jonathan Milan tried to go in the break with him and got dropped from the break and then got dropped from the peloton. That's how hard it was. Kind of a strange situation where Pogacar is up there at the front of the race where you should be as the race leader. There's a crash. Jonas Vingegaard's caught behind. Pogacar is up front with 3 Visma riders. Is like, hey guys, Jonas crashed. We should wait for him. And Visma's like, we're not interested in that. And they're just attacking as Taddy's talking to him. You can see him like confused what's going on. Yeah, I thought that was a strange. I mean,
there's something going on there.
Yeah,
and you saw later in the stage, Jonas had a mechanical, and was alone.
Yeah.
Nobody back there with him. Something's going on. I mean, right? And look, compare and contrast, right? The two best riders in the Tour on arguably the two best teams, right? So on one side, you have UAE. Look at the demonstration, right? Tadej head and shoulders above everybody else. Tim Wellens just rides a perfect race. And we'll talk about the strategy and where this affects Quinn Simmons or impacts Quinn Simmons. Tadej's like checking on him. Hey, Tim, how's it going up there? Feeling good? Make sure you zip up. Make sure I don't know, like just chatting.
Yeah.
That is, you hear that morale, right? You hear that camaraderie. You hear that mojo on the radio, and you see it in the race. And then you got Visma, right? It's like, wow. I mean, the tale of two teams right there.
Well, I think they're seeing the writing on the wall. They don't think that they can beat Tadej, so they're gonna. All those guys are world class in their own right, and they can win stages at any given time. So I think now they're like, well, you might as well take an opportunity and try to go for a stage win. Guy like Wout van Aert. I mean, we saw yesterday Sepp Kuss, Simon Yates in the break. I think we're going to see a lot more of that in the next in this last week of the Tour de France.
It kind of makes. It looks weird. I was confused at the time, but I was telling Bradley when he came in, it kind of makes sense because it's like we need stage wins. Let's get in the breakaway. We're going to get Victor Kampenaerts, Wout van Aert in the breakaway. If Jonas is with like Florian Lipowitz, like he will come back. Like at some point, the peloton will calm down where they're assuming Tadej's not going to jump in the break with them. So it kind of was fine. It just looks weird.
It looks weird, but I mean, this is now we're getting into the third week of the Tour de France. Teams are starting to get desperate. They don't have stage wins. I don't know how many teams do not have a win right now. You probably know
quite a few.
Quite a few. So what happens? It makes the racing super aggressive, and it doesn't matter. I think maybe not if the yellow jersey was off the back, but second place. I mean, they got to make the breakaway. It's their job to make the breakaway. They're not going to stop no matter what. And I guess Visma is like, yeah, he'll be fine coming up on his own. So
Ineos, who won yesterday, misses the break, and they're the ones pulling it back. And they just got a stage win, and they're like, that's not good enough. And then they did successfully get someone across. But I thought most interesting part of the day, Tim Wellens gets in the early move, sitting at the back of the bunch, not working. Wout van Aert comes back to say, hey, man, you got to take a pull. Right. And he declines. And that probably contributes to him being fresh enough to launch that great winning attack. Can you guys just tell me, like, why is that? Why does he not have to work in the breakaway?
That's just historical in cycling. It's sort of an unwritten rule, a little bit like the one where the yellow jersey stops for a natural break that no one should attack. This one's the same. If you're in the yellow jersey, leading team GC, and a rider from your team gets in a break and you're just marshalling the break, you have the right to sit on because you're the GC, the yellow jersey team. And that's always been that way.
I can see that both ways. I mean, there's nobody in that break that's jeopardizing Tadej Pogačar. Yes, I think that can be a satisfactory historical answer. You can also find some hybrid solution, right? You're not driving the break. You're just kind of you're just going through and sort of TV pulls. And that keeps everybody happy, and you're not wasting any energy. But I could see their perspective too. I mean, a Wout van Aert saying, "Hey, right, nobody up here is jeopardizing yellow, so let's, you're a fantastic one-day racer, fantastic. You've won 40 at this point. You'd won 40 races in your career. Like you're a favorite in this group. Like, come on, you got to ride through. I can see that both ways. We have seen Wout van Aert in breakaways in other Grand Tours where he had a leader.
What just happened, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I think he's worked in the breakaway, so I can see his point of view as well. But like Bradley said, it's historical. You don't have to pull when you have your guy in the back in the yellow jersey. And I mean, let's not forget he went away with 50K to go with guys like Quinn Simmons and Kampenaerts behind him. No panic cooking. These guys are the strongest guys in the world, and he just kept putting time on them.
And he's basically done what we've been saying Visma should do. Yeah. Just sit back. Yeah. It's your job to ride. We're going to sit here and take that risk.
Well, and he knew it was so fast behind. He knew they didn't have time to really argue, and then Vanderpool needed the intermediate sprint points. So, of course, he was going to drive it. So it's a really smart move from Wellens.
Yeah, and going early perhaps surprised them. And they should have known that he was going to do something like that. Now, maybe he did it earlier, which is smart.
And he went with crazy power.
Crazy.
Yeah. Quinn was going all out and kind of kept him there like 2-3 seconds, and then just the gap after that right-hand corner just started increasing. Very impressive attack by Tim Wellens.
Amazing.
Look, Quinn Simmons is riding a hell of a race, right? He's. I think, to me, he's demonstrated up until now that he's one of the 10 strongest guys in the race. I mean,
Agreed.
And now, having said that, I would almost make the case that he is showing too much, doing too much. I could look back at least 2 stages, maybe 3, where if you just play things a little differently, we're talking about a guy that's has already won a stage or 2 and even a 3rd. And I watch his post-race interview. Look, I mean, this is there's nothing. Look, people get excited about being in the Tour and being in the breaks and stuff like that, but at some point you got to be pissed that you don't have that stage win that you deserve. Well, so my message to Quinn would be like, hey, next time, like, you don't get these opportunities. Look at the rest of the Tour. You are not going to, he's going to have another opportunity because he's tough and he's one of the 10 strongest guys in the race. But if you find yourself there, every second counts, every decision counts. You just don't get many cracks at it.
The thing that concerns, like, if you're coaching kids, it's like, I don't care if you lose. I want you to understand why you lost. And Quinn Simmons didn't understand why he lost.
I agree.
Because he was like, oh, that's weird. Wellens was sitting on and then attacked. That's a strange way to ride. It's like, no, that's the good way to ride. That's how you win.
Yeah.
So that concerned me slightly.
Well, there's no doubt he's one of the most aggressive, if not the most aggressive guy in the race. He's made the hardest breakaways so far, and hopefully he just gets it right in the next breakaway he goes in.
Yeah, and we're pulling for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Do less.
Speaking of people speaking of people either getting it right or not getting it right, Julian Alaphilippe somehow, some way, thought he was sprinting for the win and came around or beat Wout van Aert. And I guess the team confirmed it, that he thought he was sprinting for 3rd, not 2nd. One of those moments. I mean, here's one of the greatest of this generation, multi-time world champion. Boy, didn't have a radio, or the race radio was not working properly, so wasn't aware. But still, have the awareness that you're not sprinting for the win. It's those days where you go back in the bus and you're like, ooh.
Well, I think that's just a testament of how hard today was. Testament of how tight the groups were in between, so the cars couldn't really come. They were without water for a long time. He crashed in the beginning of the stage. So, I mean, think about everything he went through today, and then all of a sudden he finds himself with what he thought was the lead group because he didn't have any radio communication. There's thousands of people on the side of the road. I can see where the confusion would come from, and unfortunately he didn't get the win, but he's clearly riding really good.
As Bradley said, maybe he thought, well, Campenarts is right in front of him, but maybe he thought he was
right there.
The Mavic motorcycle return.
Yeah, I mean,
The front of the race feels different.
You're coming into the home stretch of the Tour de France finish with 1K to go. You're blinded by noise and just the riders right next to you. It's hard to see something 100 meters in front of you.
Yeah.
It's not a small race.
I think it does speak to just how hard these stages are.
Yeah.
These guys don't even know where they are.
Yeah, it's funny. Vanderpool had the thing the other day, didn't he? Where he thought he was the front of the race.
Yeah. So talking about two of the best riders in the world, essentially made the same mistake because of the intensity of the atmosphere surrounding them. It's just the Tour de France is absolutely crazy.
That reminds me, Bradley, like Quinn Simmons on that stage attacked before Vanderpool. Vanderpool catches him, drops him. You kind of wonder, maybe just stick on Vanderpool's wheel and see if you can follow him. And then those two guys are chasing Abrahamsen.
Yeah. So just regulate. Quinn Simmons has a ton of horsepower. Has plenty of horsepower to win multiple stages.
Yeah.
Just be careful, right? And use it when it really counts. Yeah. We talked about this the other day, that as you get deeper and deeper into the Tour, you start to see these interests come out for teams, whether it's Team GC, one of the jerseys, a white jersey, a podium spot, or even, and we said this, fighting to keep a rider in the top 10. If you look at the peloton being pulled by EF to protect Ben Healy's 9th place on GC. Now, they weren't able to do that. He slipped to 10th, but still, that shows you, now, again, you're back there, you're UAE, you're Tata, you're like, cool. These guys they're going to ride for 9th place. I mean, this is stuff that happens in the back half of every tour.
Yeah, and Tade's got no concern right now. He's got the best team in the race. He's got the guy in the breakaway. He's got the guys that can ride all day long if they need to. So like you said today, they just kind of had a day off. They were able to sit in and let EF and Uno X do a lot of the work.
I mean, you said it. Look, I mean, they lost Almeida early. We were like, wow, that's a big blow for this team. Look at this team bounce back.
They had 4 guys with them.
Nobody even remembers them losing Almeida.
No.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, if Almeida was still here, the podium would look a lot different.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
He'd probably be right there with them.
Complicates it for them maybe more than
perhaps,
it is now.
All right, quick break for our friends at Peacock. We'll be back in 2 and 32. All right, everybody, welcome back to The Move. While we were on that little commercial break, phone lines. I was told phone line just been lighting up this morning here at The Move studio in reference to this said photo from Austin. There's something about circulation and Bradley's looking at me like, where he goes. Well, we've had to slightly modify the photo.
All right.
Not bad.
Not bad.
It's a good pick. I like that shirt, Lance. What's that shirt?
I don't know.
Your shirt.
Oh, I thought it was the photo.
No.
This is a new Mellow Johnny's tee.
Oh, that's cool.
That's right. Well,
That's cool. You got the new branding also, George?
Yeah, I do.
5, 6, 7. Just let me send that. Wow. Green jersey heating up. I mean, Jonathan. So now, I mean, it's going to be wild. Jonathan Milan.
Still technically winning.
Of course.
But got nothing today.
The barometer there is stock price is dropping. Matthew Vanderpool all of a sudden in this discussion, he's going to be getting points all the way to Paris, and Tadej Pogačar. It's going to heat up.
It is. I mean, Jonathan Milan too. We're not sure what happened to him today, but that rest day is coming at the perfect timing for him because he's really going to need to recover in order to keep going after this green jersey. And if a guy like Matthew Vanderpool is knocking on your door, I'd be pretty nervous myself.
I would go as far as to say it might be done.
Yeah.
Because there's 6 stages left.
Wow.
How many intermediate sprints does Vanderpool not get?
Yeah.
He probably gets every single one because he's going to be in the break. And then Pogačar, if he wins 3 more mountain stages, that's 60 points.
Well,
So
if you look at the Ventum one, I mean, that's a long ways out.
112K.
Yeah. That's kind of hard for them to control that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you have to? I mean, they
Well,
have
You kind of have to.
yeah.
They
But
lost Gelman's. They
have-
kind of have to.
You saw today, it was not nobody could control that. It was like 36 miles an hour for the first hour. Is that possible to control?
If your only sort of goal is to control it, yes, because a team like Lidl Trek, if this was a sprint finish, they'd put all their guys at the front for 200K and control it. Like they can let a breakaway of 10
Unless
guys go,
Milan
keep
gets
them at a
dropped,
minute.
I
You
guess.
have no
That's-
option but to try and try.
You have
I
to.
think you have to
That's
try.
what they're
That's
here
their
for.
only option. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even if they controlled it today, Milan's off the back. So that's also where it gets
But
complicated.
this is flatter. He's got a rest day. You think
Yeah.
he'd be able to recover? I mean, the guy can go uphill. He's done well in Milan San Remo, so he just needs to recover. And he can certainly get over any of these little bumps before the Ventoux.
What a great competition, though. Eh? You got the best GC rider in the world, one of the best sprinters in the world, and the best classics rider in the world,
right.
all fighting for the jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say this: if Jonathan Milan and his team can figure out a way to control the peloton and get him these points, and he holds on to win in Paris, well, that's pretty awesome. That's well deserved.
It probably will come down to Paris because that's a 50-point
insane.
finish. And
Which is suiting to Vanderpool a lot.
I actually could imagine all 3 winning under different circumstances, which is pretty interesting. Yeah.
Certainly shaping up to be more exciting than the yellow jersey. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
As you know, the tour, and we talked about some. If you watch the race as we do, you see all the castles and the rivers and the bridges and all this stuff. We had the commented the other day. There was that field art with Bernard Hinault that I put that up. That was the yellow jersey for me in terms of ever all time. I don't know how they did that. But as the tour rolls through France and people do crazier and crazier things to get on TV, right? So they'll pull themselves up on cranes while they're on a bike, and they'll be sort of air pedaling, and the crane will be spinning. Yeah, that's okay. And then you get the guy or gal who gets on a horse, right, rolling down beside the peloton. Great for the helicopter shot. The other day we saw something. We picked it up on Instagram. I've seen it all. I feel like I've never seen this. All right, this is a whole new sport. Oh, come on. New Olympic sport unlocked. There is a guy on a motorcycle pulling a dude on skis, like he's like water skis, behind the moto with a rope beside the peloton. One more time. Good.
We ought to try that here.
I mean, I would 100% try that. I grew up water skiing. I could easily do this. That's pretty insane.
That is insane.
That is insane.
I mean,
That's amazing.
Bradley's like, how many more days of the tour?
1 week. 1 week to go.
We have and the rest.
And lots to happen. And a rest day.
You got arrested. You don't have to do anything tomorrow other than ride up Independence Pass.
Yeah.
Which I was a little surprised to hear you say.
Well,
And I was a little interested in maybe tagging along.
you don't want to do that.
Sorry, George. What? What do you mean?
How slow do you want to go?
I want to go slow. That's why I didn't go with George the other day.
Maybe we go gruppetto then.
Also today brought to you by Ketone IQ. The Ketone IQ Classic Shot provides high performance energy, 10 grams of ketones, a clean shot of energy with no sugar or caffeine. Then they've got the Ketone IQ Plus caffeine. That's got 5 grams of ketones and 100 milligrams of caffeine. Boosting athletic performance. In a placebo-controlled study with trained athletes, Ketone IQ boosted average sprint power by 19%, peak power by 13%, cut fatigue by 10%, and spiked blood ketones 5x in just 20 minutes. Bunch of key findings: improved blood flow. Whoa, there's that thing again. Jesus,
Holy moly.
that could be another thing. Improved blood flow. Higher muscle oxygenation, better endurance, and stamina. Take your shot. Get 20% off your order at ketone.com/TheMove. Use the code THEMOVE for 20% off. Changing the game. Last one of the day. Many of you guys and gals know my history with Honey Stinger. I love this brand. Been a partner of theirs since 2008 is when I met those fine folks over there in Steamboat Springs. Spent my whole career eating junky Stroop waffles bought from the grocery store and thought, you guys should just totally reinvent this category. So Honey Stinger basically reinvented the category of the energy waffle, right? It's no surprise that Honey Stinger is the first and the only energy waffle to launch new peanut butter flavors. Just came out a few months ago. Peanut butter, chocolate, and peanut butter strawberry deliver both the fuel and delicious taste you've come to expect from our waffles. So whether you're out there grinding on the bike or preparing for a club championship, the delicious taste of Honey Stinger's energy waffles, chews, gels, and bars are a great fit for any activity. Head on over to honeystinger.com/TheMove. Check out all their products, including my favorite, the waffle. Our listeners get 25% off your first order at honeystinger.com by using the code THEMOVE. That's right, honeystinger.com. Love them. Love. How about what else? Tomorrow's the rest day, so we don't have a lot to talk about. Although I do have a fun little snippet on the rest day. And last rest day, we showed a picture of somebody's bed. It was the Visma bed. I got some comments about that, primarily from Matteo Jorgensen's mother, which I'll try to dig in my DMs and find the message because it was interesting. But we also showed yesterday this run-in with the Ineos car, and there were some updates on that. The Ineos car hit a spectator. Bradley, you got some details on a fine.
Well, they said on the TV it was one of the biggest fines ever given out to a team car in the Tour de France, 5,000 Swiss francs.
I disagree with that.
Which
I think if you, no, if
they,
you watch
they
the
essentially
clip,
jumped in front of the car. So
well, they didn't they not only jumped in front of the car, but you're jumping in front of a moving car. Watch this. Okay, you're jumping in front of a car.
That wasn't a good look, but
boom, see you in the
Hang
hospital.
on. Here we go. And you are looking. All right, if you're going to jump in front of a car and you're going to look the other way to take a photo or a video,
Yeah.
maybe maybe you deserve to get hit, right?
Yeah, no, the thing is,
Not that anybody deserves.
Ouch.
if it was a
I'm
rider,
drinking the same
Well, it's
stuff.
better
that
than them hitting
Spencer-
a rider.
but that's the thing.
I would
If it was
say.
a rider that hit
Yeah.
a spectator, the rider would be the victim, and the spectator would be taken off the side of the road,
Yeah.
etc. But now it's the other way around. It's been hit by a car. Now the car's being fined.
Well, outside of hitting the person, the car did nothing wrong. Sounds
No,
a little ridiculous.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like,
That's my
other than
point.
the patient dying, the surgery was a success. So I don't really know how you handle that with the fine. Yeah.
It'd be a good question for Johan on y'all's show because I don't think Johan ever, certainly never intentionally hit anybody with the front of the car. But there might have been a few times where the mechanic's rear door accidentally opened.
Oh, really?
You can ask him on the show.
Okay.
We saw a couple strange things going on in the beginning where Pogacar would not get off of Jorgensen's wheel, never
Yeah.
letting him
Yeah.
slip off the front.
He's 32 minutes down in GC.
And he's far, I don't get that's weird. I think we're going to see more and more of that because I think Visma, like I keep saying, is they're going to go all in for the breakaways moving forward. So,
And
hopefully-
that seemed to be the crux of the argument early. Like he was just sitting on Matteo saying, I maybe he wasn't saying it, but like, hey, your guy's in the back.
Yeah.
I'll drop back when you drop back. And Matteo didn't want to do that. And then he kind of marked him out of every breakaway attempt he had. It just seems like there's some friction is going on there. And Jorgensen was a little, he kind of rubbed the Dauphiné time trial in Pogacar's face a little bit, I thought at the time. And I kind of wonder if that didn't sit too well with Pogacar.
He's kept receipts.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. He does.
Yeah.
I've been saying that. Speaking of Matteo Jorgensen and the rest, I did dig up this message from Matteo's mom because we had shown a picture of a bed and it was a Visma bed all kitted out with sheets and everything. And she says, I can verify that each Visma rider has their own mattress, density specs customized by the sponsor. Matteo says it's actually nice to have the expectations set, knowing each night how his mattress will feel. He sleeps quite well, in fact. That's pretty, so bringing it, think of the lift. When we started racing, the Soigneurs and, do a day in the rain, the kit was just disgusting. We would do our laundry in the sink. And then eventually we had the team trucks and they had washers and dryers in there and the Soigneurs were like, do we have to do the laundry, right? And now these poor Soigneurs are lugging around mattresses, probably
air conditioners, fans. They clean the rooms a lot of times beforehand.
And I believe some
By
of the
the way,
teams,
8
each
mattresses.
rider has their own washing machine as well now.
You guys started
What?
that. right?
Yeah. So rather than put 8 pairs of shorts in one washing machine because the bacteria and stuff or chamois and things, each rider has their own washing machine
This
on the
is
truck.
absurd. Is that how bacteria works? Isn't that what
Well,
the
no,
soap
if
is for?
you see your feet have different bacteria, don't they? So if you
Yeah.
wash a pair of socks in with a chamois and stuff, this is what I've been told. It's not, I haven't got a degree in it or anything, but, and so, saddle sores and bacteria in the chamois, because obviously if you wash 8 pairs of kit together,
Yeah.
you imagine the turd that's in it.
Yeah.
And I had the worst, just true story. I had terrible saddle sores in my day.
What wasn't it? Wasn't that when you turn your engine on when you keep moving your shorts?
Yeah,
that was your
trying to
button
get it
turn your
off that
engine
saddle
on.
sore. But now,
According to Dateline, I think it was.
if you've seen George's feet,
Yeah.
I'm now putting 2 and 2 together.
He's got hobbit feet.
But there's something I didn't realize. Foot funk is different than
It is. Apparently
tank
it is.
funk.
Yeah. Is that right, Spencer?
Well, it's got to be.
I
If
did-
you
yeah.
guys
But
invested
this
in that
is-
many washing
this is-
machines, yeah.
That's it. They got a deal. They got a good deal.
From Siemens, it was fantastic. What were you saying? Not that. Come on, guys. It's the problematic German company, not what you're thinking. But Lance, were you saying you washed your own kit in the sink?
Yeah, they used to
Back in the-
roll
that
it in a
was- that
towel,
was a long
stand on the
time ago.
towel.
Yeah, so you would, this is going back to the early 90s. You would, and by the way, chamois back then were not like they weren't a synthetic chamois; they were actual chamois. But we would wash them in the sink, and you would just use shampoo or liquid body soap that they had in the hotel rooms, and you sit there and wash them as much as you could, and
Wow.
then take them out and wring them out to get as much water out. And then we had this whole system where you would lay a towel flat on the floor. And if it's a big enough towel, you can get both the short and the jersey in that one towel. And you'd start with a short, and then you'd lay them as flat as you can, and then you would, at the very bottom, just roll this thing up as tight as you could, all the way to the top, so everything's within this towel.
Like a cinnamon bun.
Like a cinnamon bun, which I
exactly.
ate every morning. And then you would stomp on the towel to get all, and then you would take it out, and I mean, it's almost like you put it in a spin dryer.
Still use that technique once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually do. Yeah,
That's
you're right.
probably not. It kind of explains the saddle sores because you're like not getting it probably as clean as it needs to be. But George, what you're saying about the rooms and the mattresses, that is a huge.
Oh, huge.
Because, like, what's the point of doing all the training, all the sacrifice, and then you're in some bad hotel without AC and you can't cool down and your core body temperature is too high the next day? Like, it does kind of make sense.
Which, I mean, the hotels range from 2 stars to 4 stars. So you got a lot of, subpar hotels in the Tour de France. And these guys really try to control their sleeping environment, which makes a ton of sense.
And this goes back to Johan's point earlier in the tour. They've really increased the staff count on tour. I mean, back in the day, we had a couple few soigneurs and a couple few mechanics. The director, like you didn't have enough humans to lug 8 mattresses, to run 8 different washing machines, to handle food, to get. I mean, we just didn't have the manpower, right? But now.
That speaks to the budget in like what we're describing as money. Like money takes care of all of this, but we were talking about Lotto and Intermarché merging the other day. It's because I think Intermarché's budget is 18 million euros a year, which used to be a lot. I went back through. In 2019, that would have been like the 4th highest budget in the World Tour.
Yeah.
And now they're like, that's not even close. So they're trying to get like a 33 million euro a year budget combined to just be able to compete. But a lot of it, probably the money goes to things like this.
Yeah.
Well, that means there's going to be a lot of riders.
Shaking up the market.
You can't total up those teams and have that head count from a rider standpoint. So
And then Arcade going away.
straight to George's GoFundMe. Also looking for riders.
That's right. We got like 6 spots left.
Ventum trivia of the day. We asked the question yesterday about the Tourmalet. It's the most climbed mountain pass in the history of the Tour. And what year was it first featured in the Tour? I gave a little spoiler teaser. I said it was a long time ago. Kids, that would be 1910. You watched the stage yesterday. Imagine going over that bad boy in 1910.
That would have been an innovation, right? Like we're going into the mountains and people must have been protesting it. Like, no, we can't do that.
Yeah, if you don't, you may not come back. So send your wife and loved ones a note. Right, that kind of thing. 1910 going over that thing? No thanks. Question of the day for stage 15. Which rider holds the record for the longest successful solo breakaway starting from Carcassonne in 1947? This is a multi-choice. Which rider holds the record for the longest successful solo breakaway starting from Carcassonne in 1947? Bradley, you know a lot about cycling. You damn sure don't know the answer to this.
I do.
A. Louison Bobet. B. Albert Boulon. C. Jean Robic. D. Andre Machy. We almost need Alain for some of these names. That is the Ventum trivia question of the day. Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay, don't say it.
That's absurd. You know that result from 1947.
I
think he knows because he's looking at it, and one of the letters is slightly off. It's different.
No, I did know that one only because one of my solo breakaways in the Tour is still the 7th longest in Tour history.
Which one was that one?
The one into Boc d'Oison, 2007.
Mountain stage or?
No, it was a flat stage. 207
To the base.
kilometers. No, I think I got caught.
That's right. You got caught. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say your gap was like 16 minutes?
17 and a half minutes. Yeah.
Wow. Nowadays, you'd stay away.
Well, yeah. Look, this was my pat de fruits and rice cakes and 250 grams of carb an hour.
Yeah. That's interesting.
A little ham and bread roll. The French used to make a can of Coke in your musette.
You were on Copenhagen then?
Yeah.
You're opening, think of the arrow losses. I have a question for you guys.
Go for it.
Rest day tomorrow. Ventoux on stage 16 out of the rest day. Looks like a hockey stick. That's what the profile looks like. So Ventoux is the only feature. Who wins on this climb?
Pogacar.
Tadej.
Yeah.
Because go ahead.
No, Pogacar wins, and he should win, right? I feel like if I think back to my career, and there was a well-known story, riding up with Pantani and he won the stage. I don't want to get into the details of the conversation or the controversy, certainly when it comes to him, because he's not here to chime in. But I will never forget at the top getting a phone call from Eddie Merckx saying, because his view was that I gifted the stage. He said, "You don't ever give away the Ventoux. It is that special." Tadej Pogačar knows that. I'm not a historian, so I don't know if Tadej's won up the Ventoux. If he hasn't, he's going to win with one leg.
So when Eddie called you, were you pissed, or did you?
I did not feel great.
I
was handily in yellow, and it's one of those moments you're like, wow, that was a shitty phone call.
Yeah, but it all depends on what they want to do on Tuesday.
It's just so special.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a zillion people there. It's very, very special.
I would say a guy like Tadej wants to win that stage.
Absolutely.
But on the other hand, perhaps the team wants to save their guys for the Alps and all the difficult stages coming up.
Yeah, because just from a sporting perspective or like strategy, they should let the breakaway win.
Yeah.
But this added
Not on the
juice, they kind of, and you guys remember what happened the last time they came here? Mr. Pogačar got dropped by Jonas.
Well, that's not going to happen.
He's got to correct that.
By the way, that team is floating. We talked about it at the top of the show. This team is.
Yeah, they got the momentum going.
Yeah. You were going to say something, Bradley.
Yeah, and that's without Almeida as well.
Yeah.
This team has recalibrated, reset themselves after the disappointment of Almeida. The question marks around some of the other helpers in that team, and they've come into this third week now completely in control.
Who wins on the Ventoux?
Tadej.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to.
Yeah, I agree.
This is. I think that's why he's backed off the last couple of days with this in mind.
Yeah.
But what does he do on the rest day? We've been speaking about how riders can come out of a rest day on a stage like this and never be. There's a little bit of uncertainty. I mean, how long would you have done on a day like this, a rest day? I'd have done 3-4 hours on a ride like this. With some efforts.
Yeah. I'm with you. It was never a popular practice on Postal back in the day. I was not well liked on the team but I wanted to go out and the engine's running, right? I mean, don't back off. Like, you don't have to go out and bury yourself, but you have to go out and get into those zones that are, simulate the race, even for little snippets. But the boys hated it.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Did you guys ever come out of a rest day going, "Oh man, I feel terrible"?
No.
No.
Interesting. Maybe.
I have. Yeah, because I was a bit lazier on the rest day. I would like to just chill, and then if you started uphill, it'd be awful. So I hear you got to keep the engine going.
That South America, that Latino in you. Hey, man.
The worst one were the rest days where you had a summit finish the day before and you stayed at the summit.
Yeah.
So you'd either descend the mountain and ride back up it, or you did home trainer up on the top.
Yeah. And then I guess you'd have to sleep at altitude. Probably not
Yeah, also not
ideal.
Yeah.
But cooler.
Yeah.
Back in the day when we didn't have 8 washing machines and 8 air conditioners and everything else. It was cooler.
Well, we have some pretty smart listeners. Someone did a data analysis for us.
Oh, boy.
And sent it in.
All right.
Do we have that to pull up, Mr. Bolsch? So this. They broke down.
What's going on?
They broke down, based on the YouTube comments, attributes of all the hosts. So they first did Lance.
Is this like ChatGPT's host attributes, Lance? Let's look at the sentiment associated with these attributes for Lance. Lance garnered a positive sentiment in all attributes except attitude, which was negative. Oh, Lord. Here's some quotes. Oh, here's the attitude. Some of the keywords: mean, grumpy, cranky. Boy. All right. This is a lot.
Yeah.
This is a lot. I'm not ready
And
for
then
this.
so
wait, am I getting a passing grade or am I getting a failing grade?
this is just the baseline, and then we have one for George, I believe.
Wow.
George garnered a positive sentiment
Look at the attractiveness.
in all attributes.
Why did I get so little on athleticism?
Look at
Take it up with
attractiveness,
YouTube
George.
comments.
Really?
This is somebody who does this for a living.
Yeah.
Look, and the poor soul put their email address on there at the bottom. Nobody look bottom left.
Yeah, just don't look down there. Everyone be cool about that.
Okay, and Sir Bradley Wiggins.
We don't have Brad.
It's still
I can do my own.
it's still rendering, I think. Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That was really
Except the athleticism part.
that was good.
Actually, yeah, I'd be curious to know like how that. We were just up at the house looking at that, like marveling at the effort this person put into breaking down YouTube comments.
AI did all that.
Well, we don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how all that works.
Hand tabulated by each comment. I have one more question for you guys before we go.
Okay.
I don't think this worked, by the way. Back in Tiger Woods' era, this is from Dan. Back in Tiger Woods' dominant era, golf course designers and tournament organizers tried to tiger-proof courses for tournaments. I don't think that was successful. If Tade continues his dominant run in cycling, could you see the Tour de France organizers try to Tade-proof future tours? Could it be done? How would it be done?
Well, of course they could. They could absolutely do that. It is that we've said this many times. It is their race. They dictate the course. If they can do whatever they want, right? And we heard a lot about this back in the day, and they did try to sort of create courses that would make it harder for us. And I said, look, I mean, if they want to do 3 weeks of criteriums around Paris, they can. We will then have to try to figure out a way to win the bike race. But they could have built it in ways that you couldn't win, right? And they could certainly do that with Tade. But look, and my answer back then, which should be Tade's answer, is if the race goes around the country and they go through the Alps and they go through the Pyrenees and they throw in a time trial, maybe not, we're going to win. And so will he.
Yeah,
like it doesn't.
I don't see what they could do
without.
I mean, would they put a Tour of Flanders in there, a Paris-Roubaix?
Well, then he's still.
Well, then he's going to win by more. Yeah,
right. You would have to make it.
That's my
It would
point.
be a mockery if they. But they are not going to do that. By the way, ASO likes this story. They like him, right? They like his personality. Do they like that it's this dominant and it's not that close? No. I mean, no organizer, no sport likes that. But they like him, right? And so they're gonna ride this. That's what they do.
I feel like in tennis, it's never seen as a problem. Like you go look at a list of tennis major winners, and it's like the same 3 names. And oftentimes you'll get like someone on a dominant run, but it's never like we've got to stop this. It's people just seem to enjoy it more. I'm not quite sure why. Also, you would say one answer would be more time trials. Well, without the time, because he's bad at time trials, right, Tade? Without time trials, if you just took those out of this tour, Jonas is 232 back. So Tade's actually increased his lead significantly in the time trials.
But then Tade would have just attacked yesterday.
Yeah.
You can only train to the demands of the event that's put in front of you. So all that's in my mind.
Their job is to make a route that's exciting. Yes, they want it to be competitive and keep it competitive for as long as possible, but it's also meant to be exciting for the viewer, which is what we are. And I think they've done it from the get-go here in 2025. I thought they did a great job. I mean, those early stages, it's been an exciting. Look at today.
Yeah.
Like I kind of gave myself a little freedom to sleep in a little bit. I woke up, I was like, whoa, I mean, this is exciting. Like there's every day has had something. So they also, they're patting themselves on the back for that. Now, as we said at the top of the show, there's not a lot of teams that have won stages here or have impacted the race or stood on a podium. So that's going to really spice up the back week and the last week. But I thought it's, I give them high marks for the route that they picked this year.
I agree. And tomorrow it's going to start off with a bang. I mean,
Tomorrow's
Mont
Wednesday,
Ventoux.
but yeah.
I mean, Tuesday with Mont Ventoux.
So wait, no, hang on. There might be some. Never mind.
Yeah,
That is a
gonna be good
question
day.
we got to, but we won't get to that one today.
Okay.
About bangs?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not a good answer on that. Whoever asked that question, there's no good answer there. Maybe we should see what Cipollini's doing. Maybe he'd like to zoom in on the rest day and comment on that question. Super Mario?
Yep.
You guys follow me here?
Yeah.
God almighty. Like a bunch of
We're 2 steps behind.
kindergartners. Anyways, all right. I think we got it,
Yeah.
right? I just have a little screen on here with the Open. Speaking of trying to tiger-proof things, Scotty Scheffler running away with this sport. But it happens. When you watch, it's fun to watch a goat, which is what we're watching in this tour. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We will see not tomorrow. We will see you Tuesday for the legend, Mont Ventoux.